Guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the NDD Games YouTube channel. So today we're going to go over the top 5 decks of the year using TCG Player, LCS results, remote duel results. We've gone through the last year of data and we've sorted out the top 5 decks in terms of stats, finishes, top cuts, the top 5 decks of the year. So before we start though, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas. I really appreciate all the support this year. If you guys want some more content or updates in regards to the channel, check out my socials below. And yeah, we're going to get straight into it. So for 5th place, it was very close. It was between 3 decks. And the deck that took it is Drytron. So this was between Dogmatica Invoked and Dino in terms of like what's topped the most events, most represented throughout the year, and most successful decks. Dino was up there. I was super surprised, but we think about like early in the year, between January and March, there was loads of Dragon Link, and Dino was the way to beat Dragon Link, because it could just go second, break the board super easy, and there was enough bodies on board for them to get an OTK off. So Dino was a really good meta pick early in the year, and in terms of like LCS finishes, Dino actually was up there loads throughout the years, but consistency wise, I think Drytron was just like the better deck out of the 3. Dogmatic Invoked has seen a lot of popularity recent format since DPE got released, but it wasn't enough to seal it for 5th place. So the most start this list off with the most successful consistent deck throughout the year is Drytron. So this is when Ben 10 got limited. I was going to show a list with Ben 10 at 3, but I feel like the additions with Herald and Mubeta was just like, this deck it was just better than the original in my opinion. But I think when it didn't get hit on the ban list and these cards got released, people just expected it. It wasn't like enough to make it the most broken deck. People just expected it, you know, Draw Lockbird, DD Crow, like there was loads of cards like stop this deck, so I feel like people expected it, and that's why it wasn't as successful as maybe it should have been. But still, one of the better decks throughout the year. 5th place, Drytron. Next, in 4th place, we've got Sword Soul. So although this is a new deck, let's be honest, guys, it's been absolutely everywhere. Like it's won the YCS for Europe. In terms of top 16 for America, we don't actually officially know yet, but I think it's about 6, 7. So there's a lot of Sword Soul at the moment, and it's ripping at the regional scene. It's just won the European YCS. It's just one of the better decks released this year, if not like the best deck. But in terms of success, it's released later in the year, so it hasn't had like too much time to like dominate. But in terms of its win so far, and its popularity, representation, all the stats are in this deck's favor. So this was actually closely pipped to 3rd place. So it settled for 4th place. So 4th, statistically, the best deck of the year is Sword Soul. Also, as well, guys, if you're wondering like how I'm figuring this out, we're using the TCG Player events and decks. So we're adding like points for each deck, seeing like top 4 of each event. It's like over like 100 players, and then we got the LCS media deck list. So we've been using all the decks throughout the year, as well as TCG Player. Really good data there. So this is how I've collated all my data and shown you guys what's like the best decks. So in 3rd place, which pipped it by like a point or 2, is Prank Kids. So Prank Kids was one of the best decks of the year in my opinion. The Meow Mew Link 1 was just a crazy card, and like the Prank Kids actually do a lot. Like in the engine is so strong. It has recursion, disruption, everything you want in a deck, like a mid-range deck. It has like all the grind. It has the niche effect of burning and gaining life and time. It's like a really good techie deck. That's good, like a good mid-range. It was consistent as well. And obviously, Pack won it for the YCS back in June, or was it July? Yeah, July. And yeah, so I think it's like representation-wise, it was pretty affordable for like people who picked up the stuff cheap when it first came out. Pandemonium is a crazy like fusion spell as well. with it being quick play. So I think this deck deservedly is like top 3 decks of the year. It's always about at the moment, even though the Link one is limited. I feel like this deck's like never really going to go away, especially if there's a format where they can be is like around. I don't think they can be even played. Yeah, they can be only one wasn't played in this list, but originally Prank Kids were playing they can be only one the Floodgate, and yeah, this deck picked up a lot of wins and a lot of tops as well. So 3rd place is Prank Kids. Alright guys, the next 2 decks, I'm sure you can probably figure it out, but it was super close. In 2nd place, Dragon Link. So originally, if you guys, I'm streaming this on Twitch currently, but when I first started going through the results for the year, Dragon Link was like top 4 every tournament. There wasn't a tournament where this deck doesn't get top 4. This was pre-LP ban, so yeah, this deck was everywhere. But I feel like even present day, where LP isn't legal, this deck is actually still pretty good. So I feel like this deck is deservedly like 2nd place, best of the best deck of the year. I'm sure you can figure out what's first, but yeah, like Dragon Age is just one of the decks. It's just like it has a high ceiling. It's consistent. Cards like Chaos Space as well. This card's nuts. Like I'm surprised this card's still legal. Like in terms of 3, I'm surprised you can still play 3 of these cards. I think if you guys haven't got your copies yet, Chaos Space, pick them up now rather than later, because later down the line, like who's to say this card doesn't get hit now on January, but later down the line this card can be abused again. So yeah, it's one of those cards. Made the deck super consistent as well. Obviously we got a quick launch as well, which is another crazy non-once per turn extender for the deck. So yeah, really consistent, good deck. Like nothing more to say about Dragon Link. And then officially, guys, coming from me, officially the best deck of the year is Tri Brigade. So what I did here, guys, like Tri Brigade Lyrilusc is a separate deck, but I counted it towards Tri Brigade because the Tri Brigade engine is used in the majority of decks. Because like, let's look at Lyrilusc, right? Without Tri Brigade, you don't get the Samorg, you don't get the Dragon Lords, you don't get a lot of the end board that deck has. So I'm counting it, and I counted the points under Tri Brigade. Although I agree they are separate decks, I think Tri Brigade as a whole is the best deck of the year. Best engine, core, deck, whatever. It's just like it's been the most consistent throughout the year. Results wise, it's won so many tournaments, not just in topped. It's like hand down won so many tournaments. So I think this deck is deserved of best deck of the year. So the list I'm showing here is where Tenki was at 3, and obviously Rescue Cat and stuff. So yeah, Revolt 3, Strike. So I quite like this format. I think this format wasn't too bad. So the list we got here is like Prosperity, Tenki. Is super crazy consistent, and like what you would normally do is you can normally do your combo, and then like Prosperity, either searching you for like an Order, a Strike, if you haven't got Engine. But normally Prosperity can get you into Engine if you haven't got it already. So like really good consistent deck, and I think the results like spoke for itself early doors. It was like I feel like Tri Brigade though wasn't a difficult deck to play. In its pure form, it was actually quite a simple deck to play. And I think that's good for the game because it gives players easy access, easy entry point, in terms of getting to like playing in tournaments and getting results and stuff. So yeah, so for me, Tri Brigade, best deck of the year. Just to recap, so 1st place Tri Brigade, 2nd place Dragon Link, 3rd place Prank Kids, 4th it's Soul, and then 5th place is Triatron. So the data I got this from was the TCG Player events decks and the LCS website. So shout out to these guys. And yeah, so if you guys want to see more content like this, I'm going to be smashing out content starting next year. Back on the regional grind now after Christmas. And yeah, appreciate everyone's been watching. And I hope you guys have a great new year. And we'll see you soon.